What's up, friends and fellow card collectors? Card Hobbies here, back with another contest entry for you. I just got done filming contest entry for Eloy's contest. Now I'm filming a contest entry for MP Fox. Definitely go check out MP Fox's channel. I'll put a link to their channel in the description below. MP Fox asked us to do 5 things. I believe number 1 was like and subscribe and comment. I still got to leave a comment on your video, MP, but I am subscribed and I did like the video. Number 2 is got to do a video response. That's what we're doing here. Number 3 is name your favorite player. Now, MP Fox didn't specify which sport, so by far my favorite player of all time in any sport is Dan the Man Marino. Growing up in South Florida at that time, Dan was everything. He was Miami. He was South Florida. Um, a legend in the making. Everybody down there loved Dan Marino. So my favorite player of all time is Dan Marino. Now, when you're talking about baseball, my favorite player of all time is tough for me to pick because I love so many players in baseball. It would probably have to be, I would say Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux would probably be my favorite baseball player of all time if I had to choose. Number 4, show off a card that means a lot to you. So, speaking of Dan Marino, this is 91 Fleer, Dan Marino. 91 Fleer, one of the ugliest sets I think ever made. It's not the green border, it's this background. The whole cutout on this just weird greenish bluish background. A lot of people do not like 91 Fleer, myself included. I do not care for 91 Fleer very much. But 1991 was the year that I started collecting cards. And I got this card from the first 91 Fleer pack. And if I remember correctly, the 91 Fleer football packs were like really fat. You got a lot of cards in them. I don't know if that was a regular size pack or fat packs, but I bought a pack of 91 Fleer at Rose's and got this card out of it. And as you can see, it's not in perfect condition. It's dinged up along the top here. Corners are a little, edges are a little white. This isn't a gem mint card or anything like that. But pulling it out of the very first pack I bought, I thought I hit the lottery. I'm like, I got Dan Marino. I got a card of the greatest QB ever to play in the NFL. Now, of course, that's hotly debated because, I think Tom Brady is probably the greatest quarterback ever to play, just as far as him leading his team in the amount of championships they won. But just from a pure passer aesthetic, if you were going to build a QB, you would have to build them like Dan Marino. Because he had one of the greatest seasons ever seen. And of course, it is not on this card. Now, as you can see, you got 4 years here. And those numbers are pretty good, despite all the interceptions he thrown. But Dan Marino was a gunslinger. Dan Marino threw 4,000 yards when it wasn't common for quarterbacks to be throwing for 4,000 yards. Now, like, half the quarterbacks or more in the NFL throw 4,000 yards. Yeah. But 1984, Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards. 5,000 yards in 84. It was just insane. But, yep, this is the card in my collection that probably doesn't mean much to anybody else, but means a lot to me. Alright, so the 5th part of MP Fox's contest is name somebody non-sports related that you would like to have dinner with. Now, I know you said one person, MP Fox, but I had to pick 2 because they fall under one theme, though. So, my mom's dad, my biological grandfather on my mom's side, passed away when she was a teenager. He caught pneumonia in the Philippines and passed away. So, I never got to meet my grandfather on my mom's side. My grandfather on my dad's side passed away 4 years before I was born. He passed away in a car accident. So I never got to meet any of my biological grandfathers. And in essence, I grew up without any grandfathers. So the two people that I would love to have dinner with and just pick their brains would be the two grandfathers that I lost before I was even born. Never got to meet them. I would just love to hear from them because the only memories I have of them are stories that my parents told me. So I would just love to be able to sit down and meet them and talk with them. So, yep, that was my contest entry for MP Fox. I hope you all enjoyed it. This is Card Hobbyist. Y'all stay positive. Y'all keep collecting, keep ripping packs, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.